Scientists have finally uncovered the truth about Easter Island. For decades, people have been fascinated by this remote volcanic island in the Pacific Ocean. While there are thousands of isolated islands on Earth, what makes this one so special? The mystery lies not in the island itself, but in the enormous stone statues scattered across it. Who created these famous giant stone heads? Did they have a specific purpose? Where did their creators come from, and what happened to them? The answers may finally be within reach. Watch this video to learn all about Easter Island and its secrets.
This is an emergency alert. Severe weather warning is in effect.
Now, let's talk about the island. Easter Island, known as Rapa Nui by its first inhabitants, is part of Chile and located in the southern Pacific Ocean. It's one of the most remote places in the world, sitting 1,200 miles from its nearest neighbor, Pitcairn Island, and 2,300 miles west of Chile. The only way to get there is by plane, with a 5-hour flight from Santiago, Chile. The island covers just 63 square miles, yet it is home to 887 massive stone statues. These statues, called Moai, were carved between the 13th and 15th centuries. The statues of Rapa Nui are easy to recognize because of their unique facial features. They have long noses, wide chins, rectangular ears, heavy brows, and deep-set eyes. Interestingly, their nostrils curl like fishhooks. At first, people thought the statues were just heads. But in May 2012, excavations revealed that the statues actually have full bodies hidden underground. These statues are huge. The tallest one is 33 feet high and weighs 90 tons. However, an unfinished statue on the island would have been 70 feet tall and weighed about 297 tons, according to scientists. The visible heads make up only 3/8 of the statue's total size. Their arms were carved against their bodies in various positions. Most of the statues, 834 out of 887, were made from tuff, a material formed from compressed volcanic ash. Interestingly, nearly all the statues face inland, with their backs to the ocean. This might be because the Rapa Nui people believed the statues protected their villages. However, one exception is a group of statues at Ahu Akivi, a sacred site, which face the ocean instead. There is also a unique statue called Tukuturi. It is the only one found in a kneeling position. Scientists think it represents an ancient singer, as its pose resembles the position used during the festival of Rui. The statue of Tukuturi is unique. Its head is tilted upward, it has a noticeable beard, and it looks more human-like than other statues. It's also smaller and made from a rare red stone called punapua, which makes it stand out even more. Fascinating, right? But there's more to uncover. One big mystery is how such massive statues were moved across the island. When Europeans first arrived in 1722, they found only 1,500 to 3,000 people living there. How could such a small population build and transport hundreds of these giant statues? Over the years, people have come up with all kinds of theories. A popular but far-fetched idea was that aliens created and moved the statues. However, this theory was debunked. The stone used to make the statues comes from an extinct volcano on the island, not from another planet. Still, figuring out how the Rapa Nui people moved the statues puzzled researchers for years. In the 1980s, scientists tried to recreate the process using tools that the islanders would have had. At first, it seemed impossible. But later, an American archaeologist managed to move a 10-ton replica. Decades later, another team of American scientists tested a theory that the statues could have been moved using ropes. By tying ropes around the statues and rocking them side to side, they successfully walked a full-sized replica 330 feet. This method showed how the Rapa Nui people might have transported the statues without modern technology. The theory that the statues walked with the help of magic, as mentioned in Rapa Nui folklore, might actually refer to the way they were transported using ropes and a rocking motion. This explains how the statues reached their designated spots. But another question remains. How could so few people create so many incredible monuments? Recent studies shed new light on this. Researchers estimate that at its peak, Easter Island's population could have reached 17,500 people. About 19% of the land was likely used for farming sweet potatoes, the islanders' main food source. They also relied heavily on seafood and fish. This means there were enough people to build and move the statues. So, what happened to them? For a long time, it was believed that the islanders caused their own downfall by cutting down forests for agriculture and statue transportation. This deforestation supposedly led to environmental collapse, starvation, wars, and even cannibalism. However, modern research suggests this theory is incorrect. The Rapa Nui people were skilled agricultural engineers who enriched their fields with volcanic rock to maintain fertile soil. Evidence shows that the population remained stable for centuries. The real decline began after Europeans arrived in the 18th and 19th centuries. Raids from South America for slaves devastated the island's population, with half of the inhabitants taken away. On top of that, European traders brought new diseases and enforced migrations, which the islanders had no immunity against. These tragic events caused the decline of the society that gave the world the mystery of Easter Island. What do you think of these facts? Share your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe.